Welcome everyone to Hot Saw Mania, the Wild West. Now this is the first ever virtual logger sports competition. Now if that doesn't get you all fired up and feverish, then I know what will. It is your MC for the next 4 weeks, myself, Michelle Leffler, aka DJ Bombshell. Now, guys, this competition is, as I was saying, it's our first ever COVID-free competition. Myself, Michelle Leffler, over those next 4 weeks, you're going to see a heritage sport that derived from a vocation that carved our beautiful country, Canada, into what it is you see today. From clearing lands for farming to producing materials to build towns and cities, it has now become one of the most extreme sports on the planet. Now, on that note, we have got 14 competitors from across Canada going head-to-head in the ultimate competition, man versus wood. Talking about those competitors, we've got a few of them right now. He is our first competitor and also my co-host. Please, everyone, throw together your virtual hands for the one, the only, we call him Big Daddy Muffin, Ben Leffler.
Oh, yeah. G'day there, Michelle. Ready to go? Great to see an awesome panel sitting on the screen here. Terribly excited about getting on the hot saw.
All right, speaking about that panel, you guys are going to have a look right now. We've got Dennis Calhoun from DC Saws. Now, this man is the maker, the shaker of hot saws. We're lucky to have him down here again from USA. Below Dennis there, you're going to see our head judge from New Zealand. Don't hold that against him. Still a good guy. Guys, please throw your hands together for the Tiny Tunifa. How do you even say that? Rusty Hardley.
The Tiny Tunifa. Yes, thank you very much, Michelle.
Ben, what kind of saw are you going to be using?
So I've got a 300cc Honda saw. I purchased my one down in the US from a great chap called Mike Forrester. And it's very reliable, starts every time a coconut, and she's a bit of a heavy beast. I think that's why he sold it. He's a big fella, but yeah, I guess he didn't have the kahunas to lift her up. So of course I took it on.
Now I know you actually have 2 hot saws. One you got made from, I believe, Dennis, didn't you make him a hot saw as well?
Yeah, and the one he's running is a hybrid of mine too.
Right on. Okay, so that's why he was in the garage for 2 weeks, because one $10,000 hot saw, not enough for this Kiwi.
Yes. Okay, so the rules for Hot Saw Mania COVID-19 edition is, first of all, I want a good clean cut. Oh, what happened? Oh, we got him. Only bike saws are allowed there, Tyler. You're not to use the 404 high tooth chain, but you can share your saw as many times as you like. There is a 3-minute warm-up window. This means your 3 minutes is activated as soon as you make your first pull. Within that 3 minutes, doesn't have to be all the 3 minutes, but within that 3 minutes of your warm-up window, you are required to activate the start process, and that's done as soon as your hands are on top of the log. As soon as your hands go on top of that log, as soon as they move, we're going to start the clock. Don't put your hands up and go to fiddle around. Okay, we're going to start the time. The time starts the moment you move your hands towards the saw. Your 3 cuts must be within 6 inches, and a line will be drawn on the top of your log. At the end, we'll put those 3 discs together with a line together, and we'll measure it out using a tape. And as long as that's under 6 inches, you've got a good cut. So done that. You need 16-inch fur. It must be as green as possible. And you need to protect yourself. Leg, eye, and ear protection must be worn during the cut. Oh yeah, Tyler, make sure you have a video from another separate device. That's going to be used for your official time. The time I give you on today, as long as we've got a good clean video, is unofficial.
And as I was saying, it's pretty exciting. 14 competitors from across Canada are going to compete in this first ever virtual hot saw. Speaking of hot saws, there it is right now. And a number of great sponsors have come on board to make this event possible. So I just want to make a quick shout out to a few of those right now. How about Rusty down there from Off the Grid Tours? A big thanks to Cannon Bar Works. Actually, I believe Ben's running one of those Cannon bars right now. Kate Media, she does all the sponsorship. A big thanks to Haltifors. They do some absolute fantastic axes. Battle Axe, it's hatchet throwing in Vancouver. Of course, your Laughing Loggers, good as wood. Big thanks to Walker's Saw Shop. We love all the crew down there, Bob Walker. And of course, Bryce Adams from 15 Films. Now he's going to be recording this whole thing, so you guys are going to get to see it. Big thanks also to sawvalley.com. That's the cookster, Ryan Cook, and his custom chainsaw creations. And Mission Ridge, who supplies us with the best damn timber on the block. All right, Ben, you got to take measurer out so we know you're not lying. Can we see what that one says there?
Yeah, Rusty, you'll confirm that's slightly over, 16 1/8.
Confirmed.
Side profile, so it doesn't taper.
Good.
And top profile.
Fantastic.
PPE, earmuffs, safety eyewear.
And once again, guys, you've got 3 cookies, 6 inches of wood. All right, COVID-free competition. Hot Saw Mania is about to begin.
As soon as Ben makes his first pull, Michelle, I'll start the clock. He's got 3 minutes to warm up his saw. He actually has 3 minutes to put his hands on the top of his log. And we're away.
All right, now it looks like he's already getting that cord ready. So the moment his hands are on that block, I guess we're good to go, Rusty?
Yes.
He's got his tether on.
It's too small. Okay, here we go. Woo-hoo!
There it is. I don't care who you are. That's just sexy. Give him a big hand. Big Daddy Muffin.
I have 7.63 seconds.
Nice.
Yes.
Now, Ben is just stacking up those cookies. Once again, all that line has to line up. So he's got 6 inches of wood line lined up. We're going to bring that camera in a little closer and see what we've got here. From my counts, it looked like it was a really good cut. I don't know. What do you reckon, Rusty?
I think that was. I think we're under the 6 inches.
Hey, tell me.
Let's have a look. See.
They say the saw is the Frankenstein of saws, but I don't know. It may be nasty, but it sure ran well.
Well, yeah, you betcha, Michelle. This one is Frankenstein, and I'm its master here today. Absolutely pummeled it. I'm stoked.
Yes.
Full moon cartoon. Hope you enjoyed what you just saw, my friend.
All right. Now, Ben, are you going to pull it in closer so that we can have a proper look at the 3 cuts you made? And where's that line across?
Well
the
under.
bottom?
Well under.
Oh, he is.
Oh, Ben
Well
G.
All
that
right.
is-
There you go. Give him a big hand, you guys.
Yeah, nice work,
The
Ben. That
first
is it.
cut of the virtual
Good
Hot
cut,
Saw
Ben.
Mania,
Awesome,
the
mate.
Wild West. Dennis, what do you reckon? I think the saw, it ran really good. It pulled on the first time.
Oh yeah, definitely consistent. He made good cuts. Maybe it could have been faster. We'll just have to wait and see.
Ooh, the challenge goes out by the full moon Cahoon. Once again, Rusty, what was that time?
So Ben, you got an unofficial time of 7.63 seconds.
Awesome. Dennis,
Very nice.
now, on my first down cut there, you would have noticed that coughing and spluttering a little bit. Do you think there's anything that might have attributed to cutting in and out there on me?
Yeah, it could have been a little bit loaded up. Sometimes warming it up. It just depends on the weather. There's all kinds of little factors there, but get it good and warm, but you only have a certain amount of time, you know. Just let her warm up, get nice and hot.
Yeah, might have rushed my warm-up.
Nope, good clean cuts are good.
And now how this
I got the time. That's the main thing. I feel like that's the main thing here tonight is getting a time, not a bad time, but a very beatable time. That sets me up in a good spot to just pull out a fast cut next week, and I can't wait.
Now we've got a really special competitor down here from the United States of America. He is the one, the only David Moses Jr. He is our bogey saw.
Are you kidding me?
David, how are you feeling today, buddy?
Good. Excited to have a little fun today.
In this is a COVID-free zone online today, so I think Ben is absolutely filling up his britches right now. None of the competitors knew.
Pulling up my britches, Michelle. Give me a double dose of Metamucil this morning. Who invited Hercules?
Now, just to tell you a little about David down there. Now, he did win the big Top Gun competition at Abbotsford Agri Fair last year. So he is numero uno. He's the guy to beat in this competition. We're going to see some fast sawing today. Now, I have a quick question here, David. What kind of saw are you using today?
I'm using a 330 DC hot saw.
A DC. That sounds like a Cahoon saw right there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Dennis, you can fill me in afterwards on any details on this saw. If you want to get set up, show us those lines and measure out your wood, and we'll get rocking.
And then we want a quick look at your chain because we know about you fellas down south.
Oh, yeah. How do I get
I dragged a rusty one out of the box, bro.
You did not.
Cane toad on heat.
Oh, the neighbors must absolutely love this guy.
Oh no!
Absolutely brutal. A flying off chain. We're not sure what happened there. Let's hear from the David.
Looks like he missed his upcut, and that didn't help the chain.
No,
Wow.
not good. He was flying for it, absolutely going for it. Unbelievable. Pace off the get-go, but that upcut must have just slapped the chain out of the top of the bar there, Dennis.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like it. He definitely missed it.
Brutal.
Now that is your bogey saw right there. He's going to get one more chance next week because this cut was a DQ. That means next week will be his one and only qualifying time. He is got to be absolutely gutted. David, a PC version. How are you feeling, man?
Oh, just going a little too hard. So, not used to cutting in that hard first. So, I think pushing that hard made the chain lift a little bit. So, but that's part of the game.
Yeah, you know, Dave, like I say, it's a real deal, man. Like, there's so many things going on here, though. A, it's our first cut of the season, and we're all pumped about it.
Yeah.
B, you know, what do you do here, mate? Do you hang back, or do you give it? Do you give it everything? You know, and clearly you went for it today. You wanted to make a statement, but now, mate, the pressure's on you next week, right?
Yeah. Well, you got to go for it every time. You can't hold back. You know, that's what happens. If you want to win, you got to let it all hang out. So,
Champion's attitude.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Normally it's white pine, and these guys, all the competitors have to use fir. And of course they're used to using that high tooth chain. So using that different type of wood, it obviously makes a big difference.
Yeah, it's going through a little bit slower than I'm used to. You know, even with the standard 404, it goes through the cottonwood a little bit quicker than that. So I think that kind of threw me off a little bit as well.
Well, we wish you all the best for next week. I tell you, you're my favorite competitor out there. So hands
All right.
for next week. And thank you so much for coming out and being our boggy
Oh, it
son.
was fun.
Awesome work, David. Michelle, who have we got coming up next? Wild Horse, the bucking boy. Let's bring it on all the way in Solista, Magna Bay, British Columbia.
All right, now we're going to take you over to the shoe swap where you're going to meet our next competitor, Carson Bischoff, aka the Wild Horse. This is the redneck of the redneck. Carson, where is? Yes, zoom right on up and down there. Carson,
Pins of a stallion, Leffler. Pins of a stallion, open the gates. This bucking bronco's ready to come out.
Carson, how are you guys feeling today?
Good. We got some beautiful weather for this event. We got our fresh fir block here. We just trimmed up this morning from one of the tree jobs. We took the dust off the saws, warmed them up, all made some cuts. So, yeah, I think we're hungry to get into it here.
Fuel preference, what are you guys using?
C12. Thumbs up. Let her rip.
Dennis, I got to tell you, man, I'm about as nervous as a naked cowboy on a bareback stallion there, fella. Carson Bischoff, the Wild Horse. Whew, the fastest to the wood today. Down, yep. First cut, up cut, beautiful transition into his third. And what happened?
I don't know. It just bogged out, you know. It leaned out. And he triggered it and got it going again, but still that just put him behind. I don't know. That's sometimes that happens. If it doesn't get warmed up enough sometimes, which he was the first one to go, it might have just got a little lean on him.
Yeah, I got a feeling he didn't square himself up to the block, and the chain kind of come off it looked like it come off the bar a little bit.
As far as keeping the chain on the rail, yeah, that's a must. But you know, it seemed like he got that going again. But then when he got halfway down through, the motors started acting up.
In the end of the day, 3 discs on the ground. He got a time, but I know he's going to be going for it next week.
Yeah, I kind of slapped on the last one, I think, there.
Dude,
came a smidge loose. We'll see.
You were thirstier than a mosquito in a blood bank. Tell us what happened at the start of that cut.
I just fired up and went for it.
No kidding. You're all over it like a rash on a baby's backside.
Yeah, kind of primed myself. I went through the cadence like we do at any logger competition, and on go, I just went for it. Didn't change any style. Yeah, just my final smack on the last one there. It skipped off a bit, but that's life in the fast lanes, buddy.
So great cut there from the Wild Horse, Carson Bischoff. Gorgeous day in shoe swap, Solista, Magna Bay rather, and the big fella gets 3 cuts on the ground, secures himself a time amongst the tough field. Next competitor, Leffler.
All right, so our next competitor, we call him the Godfather. He's been around the sport for many, many years. He is stud, Carl Bischoff. So he's going to be the next competitor.
Yeah, the Godfather, appropriately named there. We know he's an absolute weapon. One of the more senior lads in the circuit up here in the west coast of Canada. And time again, he comes out firing all cylinders. The boy brings out the big saw every time, and he's the man to beat. Everybody will be watching the Godfather.
Is he going to take down his son, the Wild Horse? Ooh. We will see. Is it going to be age versus beauty on this one?
Yeah, no kidding, eh? When a father meets up with a son will move any mountain he possibly can for that father. In fact, he'll turn around and ask which one first, Dad. But I guarantee you on game day, Carson won't want to give the old boy an inch. So while we've got you, Dennis, and the boys are getting themselves ready, Carl Saw, can you tell us a little bit about Carl Saw?
Yeah, that was a 250 that I built years and years ago. I regret even selling it to him, tell you the truth. Carl, I think, won 3 years in races 3 years in a row until finally Dion beat him at Powell River one year, and Dion is fast. So Carl had a good reign for a while, and it's always been an excellent saw.
You know what
Just
I love
on
about
video.
Carl is you can always tell when it's race day. The guy gets completely in his zone. It doesn't matter, COVID, Corona, Steinlager, it doesn't, it's race day. And the guy, you can tell the guy already, he is just zoning himself. Looks like he's getting ready for his warm-up, Rusty.
Uh-oh.
What a piece of shit.
Pussy pull.
People, can't say that word.
Sorry.
Lots of time, Dad. You got 3 minutes. Okay, boss.
Woo! Clinical. Came out of the blocks like a robber's dog, took the stake he shouldn't have. Jumping, jingos, crikey, dikey, diddly, ikey. I can't wait to see the unofficial time on that one.
Wow, let me bring it up.
7-something, I'll bet.
But I tell you what, that looked like a super fast cut. We're going to have to leave that up to the video replay, the judges on that.
Dennis, give us your thoughts on the cut. Exceptional work.
But he delayed on going to the wood, and that helped you, buddy.
Great.
Yeah.
That's an official cut. Mark it down. 8.18 seconds for Carl Bischoff, the Godfather.
Mate, you had a fantastic cut once again.
Yeah, it was okay. It was just a real hard wood, so I was prepared for it. It's a butt off a wind shook pitchy old tree on the shoe swap here, but Carson experienced a little rougher cut because he was kind of slamming it. But when it's fur like that, you got to feel out the texture of the wood and kind of feed the chain to the wood. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, we know you guys put the science in chains when it comes to refining a stock chain to a race chain. Now, most of us took a rusty chain out of the box. Did you do anything special to your chain for today?
No, that's just a regular chain off the roll, and I just run it through my grinder once.
Yeah, I call bullshit.
And it's actually done.
So it's a pretty tough field out there. Godfather, how do you feel about your chances?
I'm a little bit down this year. We're just so busy, and we have a chance to practice. But it's a level playing field. It's a fun thing, and just appreciate you guys' efforts to put this all together. Consider we don't have a lumberjack show in North America this year, so put on you too. And yeah, next week we'll be up and running and hopefully better times.
All right, our next competitor, they call him the Widow Maker. Originally from Australia, he now resides in Shuswap. He is also one of the Bischoff clans, married to the gorgeous Jana Bischoff.
Ooh.
Oh my God, I tell you what, you wouldn't want to marry him. Stop
kidding.
Cookies.
Man, oh man, he slipped off the top there and just drove straight into it, just like a banana skin on the deck of a 40-foot yacht. That was beautiful.
Rusty, what have you got an unofficial time?
Yes, I do, Michelle. An unofficial time of 8.03 seconds.
Wow.
That's an official cut. Put it in the box.
Cahoon, what did you think?
That little saw ran like a striped ass tape, and he pipped Carl.
He did.
Hey!
And that's no mean feat, Dennis. Like we talked about, Carl's an absolute weapon. And, you know, we're all afraid of him when Carl goes to the log, because time and time again he comes up number one. But man, oh man, that's all performing.
Yeah, it's only 140 cc's that it runs.
I thought it was 160.
No, that's it's only 140 when it's in Canada. That's right.
He's going for the Australian discount there, bro. You watch him. Yeah.
Talking to you guys.
So once again, guys, thank you so much for having the Bischoff clan. All right, guys, we're going to move on to Edmonton, Alberta right now with the one, the only, they call him the Blue Ox, a.k.a. Lightning Poulsen. Everybody give it up for our next competitor.
Okay, cheer, guys, cheer. My spectators aren't even listening.
Have you got a crowd in the background, do you?
I have 4.
4. Nice.
Yep.
Is that the wife and the couple kids?
No customers of mine.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Have you done anything to mentally prepare yourself for this first ever virtual competition?
I had a nice big coffee this morning, and I'm as prepared as I'll ever be. I think we're all kind of in the same boat. So as far as mental preparation, I was more worried that my video feed wasn't going to work than the saw not starting. So
now, speaking of the saw thing, what saw are you using?
I got my YZ250.
And who made that?
I did. That's my my project. Yeah.
A custom Poulsen. What do you reckon, Ben? I'm going to move on to you. You look like you're itching to say something.
Honestly, Poulsen, mate, this is the one I've been waiting for all morning. This is it. There's been so much talk through the week. You've ramped yourself up like most Albertans do, bigger than Texas. You reckon you guys are up there?
All right, Wayne, how you feeling? Are you about ready to get warmed
Yeah,
up?
let's do this.
Good. I can see 6 inches.
Yeah. And
Oh.
then here, 16.
There you go. That's good.
Yeah, so Michelle, again, like this is one that I've really been looking forward to, actually. I really want to see how the big fella Wayne Saw matches up against all these DC saws. I've seen it plenty of times on the circuit. Let's see how it goes in this here today.
Should be really exciting. Wayne, of course, has been competing in this field of logger sports for many, many years. He's actually the CanLog president, the Canadian Logger Sports Association president. So this man knows what is required of him today. I expect as long as that saw starts, he's going to be a tough competition.
Yeah, and a great participator in logger sports. He's actually one of the sponsors here of Hot Saw Mania this year, Kingsgate Auto. Like, I just can't wait to see his saw run.
You know, interesting. I'll let him go.
Oh, a little hang up. Just a little hang up.
Oh, it was going so beautiful there. And that third one, he's just stalled out a little bit. I wish we had Cahoon on there right now. I want to know what happened. Ben, you're a hot spot competitor. While Wayne's over there throwing up, it was great cut. That tiny second, though, is that going to affect the race?
London, but Wayne Poulsen, like the thunder he is, mate, he come out of the blocks like nothing. You see him go to the top of the wood. Unbelievable, big fella, straight down, first cut, up, second cut, on the ground, into the third. You blew your own donut. What happened in the third cut, big fella?
Well, I sucked part of the donut into the saw.
Oh.
What?
No way.
Well, you're.
I caught it before it stalled.
Wow.
True. Very good save. It kept you in the race, and it gives you time. Okay, so we'll put the cookies up, but unbelievable. That saw was absolutely peeling out.
Now let's have a look at what these cookies look like until I give you the unofficial time.
I don't know. I want to know now, Rusty.
Do you want to?
No.
Do you want to know?
Man, I'm sitting
Can
here.
you see them?
No.
No.
I'm sitting here like I just wet the bed. I'm not lying to you.
Okay, I'm gonna make Ben wait.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, look at the size of it.
Wow. Come on now.
Hang on.
Get a
Suck
shape
in,
of that.
Paulson. Suck in.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous.
4.5.
Oh, hang on.
Just under 4.5.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah,
Keep coming around.
Let's go around the fat side.
Okay.
Just under 5.5.
Woo! Wayne Paulson, well done, Lightning, with an unofficial time of 8.15 seconds.
Oh, really?
No, it's still competitive, man. It is still a competitive time. Anything can happen with this virtually hot sign.
Yeah.
Well, that third cut killed it.
I know there's a bit of story about the wood that you're sawing through right now. You guys you don't have any fur up there in Edmonton, or?
Not like this fur, no. No, the fur that we have, I mean, we have fur here, but it's usually all full of knots. And I know Ben would probably like me to saw that, but it's not as good as the fur on the West Coast. This actually cut really nice.
Mm.
Great. So actually, for those that are watching and don't know, Ben actually shipped up a couple blocks of wood up there to Edmonton for Wayne. So this is the most costly virtual competition you've probably ever been a part of.
Well, it's the biggest entry fee I've ever paid. Yep. But it's all fun and it's all a good time. So it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Wayno, you're a hell of a sport there, buddy. And yeah, we traded off a couple of blocks for a couple of barrels of oil, good old Alberta oil there.
Oh, our oil? You would have got a whole lot of oil for the price of those blocks.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been one of the official sponsors here of Hot Saw Mania this year, Kingsgate Auto. I see you standing in your shop. You've got one of your project cars in behind you. Why don't you tell us a bit about your project car while you're standing there by it?
Well, that one's a retirement project car that my wife made me buy. It's a 28 Chev. And hopefully someday I'll have some time to get working on it and make something out of it.
Yeah, 100%. And over this funny time we've got with the old Corona here, how's it affected the shop for you guys up there and being a small business owner? You know, where's it sort of left you guys?
Well, the first couple of weeks was pretty tough. When all the announcements came out and everything, I was down over 70%. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, it's came around a bit. So it's been good.
Fantastic. Well, Paulson, big fella, awesome to have you on the set. Congratulations. You got a time. It's going to make it interesting. We're looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday, The Xbox on YouTube, Wednesday, 5 p.m. You'll get to see the full episode. You'll get to see everybody's cuts there. That'll help you make some decisions on what you need to do.
Oh. Do I have to watch it?
Trust me, there is some drama already. No, you do not have to watch it. No, you can go.
Oh, I'll watch it. I want to see what you did.
Yeah, you should go on because you might want to have a look at your triple chin there, bro.
Oh, isn't that? Oh, holy jeez. Wow.
TV's brutal, man.
Just trashing, isn't he?
All right.
So, Michelle, what an awesome cut from the Blue Ox, Wayne Paulson. Where are we off to now?
We are going to head over to Squamish, where I believe we've got 3 competitors ready and waiting. Our first up looks like is going to be Nick Hall. They call him the Mountain Man, originally from the East Coast, Ontario. He now lives in Squamish with our next competitors, Pascal. Oh, is it just Nick and Pascal? Oh, no. We've also got the ladies' choice. So stay tuned in. We've got 3 amazing competitors coming up next. We're going to take you live over to Squamish.
Right up into mountain country, Michelle. Here we go through the Sea to Sky corridor, heading to Squamish.
All right, we've actually got 3 competitors coming up for you right now. Our first competitor, we call him the Mountain Man, Nick Hall. Undeniably, he is the nicest guy in logger sports. Nick, how are you guys feeling up there in sunny Squamish?
Oh, we're doing okay. We just had been working on hot saws all morning, and mine just fired up 2 minutes ago.
And whose saw are you using? Oh, we just got Dennis Calhoun just joined us in. Dennis, good to have you back on, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, using a saw that Ben and I own together that we bought off Dennis. Super fast, but just taking me a little while to get used to it. And I'm still working out some of the details, but yeah, it's a fast saw, that's for sure.
So Dennis, just because you just tuned in right now, it sounds like the guys were having a lot of problems this morning getting that saw running for Nick. Working on it 2 minutes ago. They just got it started. So Nick is actually our first competitor. Did you find out or do you know what the issue was that you troubleshooted?
Yeah, it might have had something to do with the temperature. It's pretty cold here right now, but I may have also fluttered it a bit when I was trying to get it started. I might have put a little bit too much fuel directly into it to start with, so we had to wait a little while to let it evaporate. But yeah, finally got it going, so that's good.
All right, here we go. Yep.
You looked away, Bert.
Oh no. Okay, gotcha.
Oh no.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Unfortunately, Nick.
Hands on the wood.
Minutes.
He can put his hands on the wood and have a pull.
Yeah, you can still give it a try, Nick.
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, good call. Oh, he didn't. I saw the hands on the wood.
This is not next day.
When stuff goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Oh. Right, absolute shame there. Nick Hall, the Mountain Man, the beast from out east, now resides in Squamish. Unfortunately, couldn't get that saw going. He was having a lot of problems with it this morning. He said just 2 minutes prior to the cut, he got it started. Dennis, what do you think happened? You're not up there to see it, but as a builder of saws, maybe you have an idea.
Well, they said the weather's a little cold, so coldness is leanness. So they needed to shoot some gas in it. I have an electric starter that I can, if they flood it or whatever, it's not working right, that electric starter just turns it over and starts it, basically. That's what they need when they get in a pinch like this. But when they're not on a time limit, he should have changed the plug. That would have made a big difference right there. The plugs could be fouled. There's several things, but pre-racing, you got to have everything in line, and it wasn't.
Unfortunately, the saw didn't start for you. You've still got one more chance next week. Are you going to try something different? Is there anything else you can? Our friend.
I don't know. I'll work with it a little bit through the week. See if I can figure out what was wrong. So I'll have to work on a few things, tinker with it over the week, and try again next weekend.
All right, our next competitor from Squamish, BC, we have Lucas Brownjohn, AKA the Ladies' Choice. Come a little closer, Lucas, and we'll show you why here. All right, Lucas, now, unfortunate with what happened there with Nick. Now, you're running a different saw. What saw are you using?
Oh, Ben's.
Can you tell me a little more about the saw?
I don't know nothing about it. I just borrowed it off my buddy.
Can you just flash your
That's him right there.
Can you just give us a quick shot of your abs since your
Hey,
language.
how about I give you a nice, cruel, crisp thumbs up there, huh?
Okay. Visually, I'm putting those thumbs somewhere right now. All right, Dennis, maybe you could tell us a little bit about the saw that he's using.
Yeah, this is kind of a hybrid from Mikey Forrester to Melvin Lentz to me to all around stuff. I've got my hands in the frame and the pipe, and I helped him with the. No, that actually has a slide carburetor on it, so it's a mumble jumble thing, which is hybrid, and it runs really well. I think it's a 300, right?
Yeah,
Ben?
yeah, it's really consistent. But
Yeah, it starts and runs excellent. Hopefully you can
Yeah.
make some good cuts and got a good chain. You should be right in the ballgame.
All right, here we go. Ben, did you have anything you wanted to say to Lukey before we get started?
Unbelievable. The guy doesn't even know his own middle name, and he's trying to run hot sauce on Hot Sauce Mania. What have we turned this into? It's a debacle.
All right. Lucas, how you feeling, buddy? Are you ready for your 3-minute warm-up?
Yeah, I'm here. Tired of hearing Ben talk.
We've been on with him all day, bro.
She's been a long one.
Yeah.
Okay.
How does this work?
No, you can just go. You can just go.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's on your own time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's a shame. I got glitch at my end, which really threw the timing off.
So what happened there, guys, on our end, the video stalled, it glitched out on us. That is why we have the backup timer that I believe Megan is got rolling right now. So hopefully we can get that second video emailed into us, and we'll upload that right away. Because we couldn't see really what happened there, Lucas, how did your cut go?
Fast, you must have missed it.
Come to the video, my man.
Excellent.
Let's do a measure. Stack them, line together.
Line up.
That's 4.5.
That's good. Spin she round.
That's 5.
Woo! That to me is a good cut green light.
Woo! Once again, Dennis, that hybrid of yours, aka Frankenstein, come out of mini wolf edges, had a reliable cut.
Oh yeah, it's a reliable saw. Like he said, it may not be the fastest, but it starts and runs. And you just saw if you don't start, you don't win anything. So.
And Lucas too, one of probably the more novice cutters on the hot saw as well, actually performed and kept up with the saw as well.
Yeah, it was a bit, the transitions were a bit shifty, but I haven't really done it in a while, so I just kind of wanted to get a good cut in.
All right, Lucas. Well, as always, a pleasure having you on screen in the bedroom, but absolutely fantastic looking cut.
Yeah.
And we're going to get our final competitor up right now, Pascal Morneau. He is also up there in Squamish. And I believe he's going to be using the same saw as Lucas just used right now. Hey, Pascal, how you doing, man?
Not bad, yourself?
Good. Nicknamed the Sasquatch.
The Sasquatch for good reason, Michelle. This guy has hair follicles growing out of hair follicles. I mean, the fella, he's got more world records at hide and go seek than I can count on one finger. In fact, the guy goes hides, he can't even find himself.
There we go.
Now, Pascal, you just watched your buddy's race. Nick didn't go. Lucas, it looked like a really good run. I don't know. Is that going to affect how you're about to attack your gameplay right now?
I'm just gonna go safe. I've never used those saws. First time on it, so just get it started, get my 3 cuts in, and hope for the best.
It's a first-time cutter, and we got a piece of skin we're going to tear like a bit of wet toilet paper. Whew, boy, how are your nerves?
Yeah, the bar's up for the first one time.
She's all adrenaline, mate.
Oh, after.
Yeah.
I can go get this thing ready and give me a couple minutes, and we'll get a cut and go.
Yeah, this has been an absolute treat to see all these competitors here today. Now, these are going to be our final ones. Pascal, how you looking, buddy? Are you about ready?
Virgin.
Yeah. Hey? Nice.
Can you guys hear
Marks
me?
every time.
Gotta love that sword, Dennis.
Yep, that's what you want.
You got plenty.
Good.
Good. Woo! Nice.
Looked good. Give him a big hand. There he goes. The Sasquatch, the newbie down there ripping it out with the hot saw. Pascal, you got to feel really good about that cut, eh?
Yeah, pretty good.
All right, so we're going to get them lined up right now. We're going to see what the unofficial time was on there.
Oh, hang on. I can't see you guys.
Under 3.5.
Good. Unofficially, you cut
Yeah.
13.09 seconds.
Nice.
Hey, DC, what can you give the man about his first cut?
Oh, he did what he needed to do. You don't want to, he's just making his first cut, so he doesn't want to go crazy. And look, did you see how clean the cuts were? The discs were really good.
Yeah.
He cut perfectly. All he has to do now is just try to get some speed to it without going crazy.
Yeah, and I thought the chain was a little loose. I didn't want to come out and throw a chain off at the bottom.
Yeah,
and lock cut,
yeah.
so.
You banged it. I think on the coming out of the second cut, going into the third. I thought I saw sparks there. So you got to avoid that, but it didn't flick it, so that's good.
Good.
Well, mate, you got the thumbs up from the judge. You got the thumbs up from DC. Leffler.
All right, so welcome back, everyone. Now, we've been down to gorgeous Washington meeting our bogey saw. We've been up to Alberta meeting a great competitor up there, of course, gorgeous Powell River. That is where we are right now with our first competitor of the day here. He is Brett Markey. Brett, how are you feeling today, buddy? Are you ready for the first ever virtual Hot Saw Mania competition?
Absolutely. I'm feeling hungry for it. Saw's running good. I'm running good. I'm here to make a statement for the West Coast and the PR boys. We're taking on all comers. No one can touch us.
Right on. Well, you're going to need that confidence, buddy, because I tell you what, I've been watching some amazing runs down here. Now, tell us quickly, what kind of saw are you using today?
Oh, we're using a Dennis Calhoun special, the biggest of the biggest, the best of the best.
Dennis, as we said, you got, I think 8 of the saws are DC saws. You got to be pretty proud. We'll see how it runs today.
Yep. These guys should do good if they've been practicing.
Well, last couple days, but I'll be taking it easy.
All right, Ben, have you got anything to say before we get going?
Well, you called it, Michelle. I mean, we've been over all parts of the Western Canada here and down in Washington as well. But these boys are larger than life in their own minds, without a doubt. This should be pretty damn good as far as I'm concerned. Intergalactically gargantuan. Whoops. I'm getting... My phone can't handle it.
All right, so our first competitor, here he is, Brett Marquis. He is the son of the infamous Bob Marquis right now up there in gorgeous Powell River. It's a beautiful day up there. Looks like the saws have been running this morning, so they're ready to go. And we're going to get him started off with his 3-minute warm-up.
It's green.
Yeah, let's make sure to say him right now. Make sure they get that backup video. It's going because it's really glitchy.
We got a time.
There it is, guys. Give him a big hand. 3 nice-looking discs on the ground. Brett Marquis, Powell River. Big Daddy Bob is going in right now. We're going to line up those discs and make sure it is within 6 inches of wood.
I'm at 4 1/4 for 3 discs.
Fantastic.
Good.
That's all kicked my ass, guys. I wasn't ready for that pushback. Holy shit.
Yeah. I thought he got bucked.
Yeah, a little bit. I should have tightened my chain up, but I'm just happy to make the cut and be under 6.
So there it is, guys. Brett Marquis, very happy with his cut. It sounds like he was definitely under the required 6 inches. All right, now we're going to get Bob. He is the originator of Powell River Logger Sports. He's now passed it on to one of our next competitors who you're going to meet coming up next, Tyler Brady. But right now, the big man from Marquis Contracting, Bob Marquis. All right, now you've seen the young bull. You are about to see the old bull, Bob Marquis from Powell River, the originator of Powell River Logger Sports. Bob, are you there, buddy? How's the connection going? Bob, how do you feel Brett's cut was? Are you ready to take him on, take him down?
Sure, we'll try. We'll see what the old man can do. We're here to see what our old saws can do here. That old buddy of mine from down in the south, or Yankee land, you can see what he's done to these things.
Sounds good. Here we go. Timer's ready. Contestants ready. 1, 2, go.
Himself, Bob Marquis, with his son Brett. Unfortunately, on that one, we had problems with a bit of the video, so we're going to go to the second device recordings for those. But as for now, I don't know. It sounded like the saw was running bloody good. That's all I can say. All right, guys, we are back at it with Hot Saw Mania, and our next competitor, they call him the Milky Bar Kid. He is the one, the only Tyler Brady from Powell River. Woo! How you doing, man?
Good, yeah. Just
sunny day there, ready for a little bit of sawing?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Great. Okay, so we've got, I believe, is there 2 competitors that's going to be running with you today?
Yeah, me and Julian.
You and Mr. Welt, True Grit himself. Okay, so we got Dennis Cahoon again with us from DC Saws, and he's got some of the best damn saws out there on the market. In fact, 8 of the saws competing have been his saws, but not yours. You, I was told, built one yourself.
I did, yeah.
How the hell did you do that, man?
I saw Dennis at a show and yeah, just let my imagination run.
Let's move on to the warm-up procedure.
All right, you go play with your saw, bro.
You get the 3-minute warm-up?
Yes, go for it.
It's all on you from here, Tyler.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Purrs like a kitten, man.
Timer's ready.
Put your suspenders up, man.
Editor's ready. 1, 2, go.
Oh!
Keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I had arms like that when I was a 4-year-old.
He's going again for his second pull here, guys. Unfortunately, it didn't start on the first one. Got time. Oh, now he's got to be feeling the pressure a little bit.
Yeah, this is one of those frustrating moments when you think you've got that warm-up procedure just right. You've done everything the way you want to. You've got it set up, good to go, and then that one pull, it just won't go on you.
There it is.
Oh, there's one bad cut.
Oh.
There's one good cut.
Oh, he's having a lot of problems.
Oh! Are you kidding?
Absolutely gutted. It stalls out on the third cut. He had a lot of problems getting it going to begin with. He did finally get it into the wood. Tyler Brady, what happened here, man?
I don't know. Wasn't my day, I guess. It should run good for me, guys. So,
Dennis, what do you think? What just happened there? He got it started. It was warmed up.
Yeah, when it didn't start the first time, it probably was, a little lean on the low speed. But once he got it going, then I don't know what happened. It just kind of ran out of fuel. It sounded like.
Oh, Michelle, I mean, that's got to be more frustrating than one-legged Ethiopian watching a donut roll down a hill. Man, oh man, talk about sweating bullets.
All right. Now, because unfortunately, but you are going to get one more crack at it, Tyler, next week. So everybody cross your fingers. Next week, we're going to see the Milky Bar Kid ripping through that block. Our next competitor from Powell River, he is True Grit, Julian Welp.
The fella is unbelievable. He gets up early in the morning. He eats a cup of nails. He doesn't worry about the porridge. He bypasses the oatmeal, goes straight for the nails.
they're galvanized as well.
Galved.
All right. So, Julian, are you using the same saw or have you got a different saw?
No, I'm going to use the same saw here. So, just going to have a work saw out here and just trim up the end here and, yeah, give it a little shot.
So, this is Julian's first competitive cut on the big saws.
Oh.
What do you think, Dennis? What are they looking for here?
Yeah, he shot a fuel in and it'll go this time probably. They're a little bit lean.
You got lots of time there, Julian. So relax, enjoy your ride, my friend.
Full heart. One, two, go.
Oh. What happened?
What did it do? Just stall?
Seems like it. I think we've got a stall. He's going for a restart.
No.
Ready? Yeah, full heart.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Yeah.
Well, nice.
Woo!
Yeah, you called it again, Dennis. I think just rewarding in this case just to see 3 cookies hit the ground.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
fine-tune it a little bit.
Yes.
But fellas, just work away at it through the week. Go take a bath and some Red Bull, boys, and get your game on. Put on those wings and get amongst it. Whew, well, finally we get 3 discs on the ground. Good to see you. Of course, Rusty, tell me, good cut, bad cut?
Unfortunately for the lads, it's a bad cut. It's a red card. We had a look at the video review, and it was, in fact, a true 15 inches diameter, not the 16 that we require. So, fellas, it's a tough day up there in the Powell River.
All right, it looks like the boys are going to get one more shot next week. Don't forget, this was 2 weeks. They get 2 weeks, their best time, and then we're going to move into the final, the best 8.
Hi, my name's Alex Westleffler. I'm a lumberjill, and my favorite event is axe throwing. But right now, we're going to the ILA Cut of the Day.